Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to be working on another family home, and I will be adding some community lots to my YouTube soon, but I wanted to build this home first because my legacy sims, which I play off camera, really need a bigger house, as currently they're living with the mother's mother. So yes, so this family home was built for two parents, the grandmother who is coming with them because the mum feels bad leaving her on her own, bless, twin daughters, a little boy and a baby on the way. So I built this home for when the children age up a bit, because currently the twin girls are toddlers, the little boy is an infant, and they have one on the way. However, I've built this home for when they are two children, a toddler, and when the baby becomes an infant. But I did leave a crib in here for the baby, just in case I decide to move them in sooner. But yeah, so we've got, how many bedrooms? 5? I think so, yes. We have 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, I do believe. I think so. We'll see in a bit, I guess. So I'm currently working on the roofing, which I didn't want to make the house too wide because I usually have too much space, as I keep saying in all my videos, but I wanted them to have a lot of surrounding space for the garden because I want to focus more on making the landscaping a bit better, because it's not something I usually heavily focus on. So I thought I'd give them a big garden to try and make myself a bit more confident in the exterior of my builds. It did take me quite a long time to get the wallpaper on the outside correct, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but I really like this wallpaper from Get Together, I do believe. So I've been using that recently. I've also been really liking having big driveways, so I decided to also do that this time and have it at an angle. So I don't know, I just like the cyber builds where you look like you can drive up to it. I know I keep saying that, but it's just my new favourite thing, I think. So as you can see, we're working on the terrain, one of my least favourite parts of building, but can't not have it. So I'm adding in some debug now, which I usually cut out of my builds, but I thought I'd leave in today because some people ask where I get the cars from in the comments. On my Instagram and on Facebook and such, so I thought I'd leave my debug section in to give you all a bit of an insight of what items I use and how you access them, and yeah. So I'm adding in this wall. I wasn't quite sure what to add in the middle section between these two pillars because it was a bit too small. So I think I added a fence today and then thought, not sure, added a shrub in the end, I do believe. But yeah. So, adding in more debug walls is very frustrating when they've got that like glitch between them and you can see it moving. Yeah, not too fond of that, but I really like debug stuff, so it's fine. I'm just adding in some terrain of some flowers and adding in some cats and dogs trees. I'm not sure where the other trees are from, but the bigger one is cats and dogs, which I love because it's white bark, and so the other ones, but I can't remember what pack they're from. I'm just adding in some simple landscaping to lead up to the front door. I do end up adding in a porchway here instead of the landscaping that I've just done because I thought it looked a bit more homely. I don't know, can't explain it, but yeah. I was going to add in some hedging at the front of the property, but I decided not to at the end, I think. I honestly can't remember. I've built this house over 2 days, which is a first for me. Usually I try and power through in one go, but I started building it quite late at night and thought, I should probably sleep so I can get up earlier to do it, so it was a bit more sensible today, guys. Kind of. So we're just working on the floor plan. The rooms are quite small, but I quite like that because it feels more homely and cozy, and the clutter seems more cluttered, if you get what I mean. So I'm just adding in some lights to the downstairs. We've got quite a big kitchen and always a big garage, but I don't mind. So I did remake the kitchen twice. I didn't include the first part, obviously, but I wasn't quite sure what type of shape I wanted, but I do like this. So I wanted to go with a black and white theme for today. Usually, well, not usually, but lately I've been trying to add colour, but as soon as it's my actual home that I'll be playing in, then I decided to use my usual basic tones and colours of just black and white and greys and some greens here and there. So yes, I'm just adding in the details to the kitchen. Of course, I added my mirrors as a backsplash, as always. I just really like how it looks, so there it shall stay. I wish they had more kitchen clutter. I hope that was one of the kits they potentially bring out for them in the next few months, because I could do with more stuff, to be honest. I mean, there's plenty of stuff, but I just love my clutter, as I keep going on about. And I wasn't really sure what to put in this little nook area, but I decided to put a desk so that the parents could work. And I added in an infant crib because sometimes they kind of like just stay upstairs all the time and I never really bring them downstairs, so I thought I'd add in a little infant nook so I could bring them down and still watch them while still using my adult sims to be constructive and make dinner for the family. So I'm now moving on to the dining room. Now, I don't really spend much time on my dining rooms, and again, I use those chairs, the same as my last build, because I just love them. I still don't know what pack they're from. I think they're from a stuff pack, but I could be wrong. I used those photo frames from Growing Together, but I think I changed it up in the end, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm just adding in a little toy box. I'm not really sure how to clutter dining rooms. It's something I need to work on a bit better, but I still like the simplicity? My gosh, I can't say that word, guys. I genuinely can't. Nope, it's not there. I'm not even gonna try again. I'm gonna leave this in because it made me laugh. So now we're moving on to the lounge area. So I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do colour scheme wise because everything was a bit too white, but in my own home we do have one wall which is black in our kitchen, and I just really like it because it's kind of like Scandinavian and I just really love the style, so I decided to add a black wall in. So that is why that's there. And then of course they've got 4 children now, so I added in a little toy area, and I added in these mirrors which I've never done before. Kind of looks a bit like a boat, but you know, it's fine. I quite like it. And I added in these paintings from the gallery. I'm not sure what their idea is, but if I find it I'll add it in the description. So I added in some extra details from the decorative section. I was looking for ages to find this cupcake thing because it kind of reminded me of what's that television program called? Gogglebox. Here we go. If you're British, you'll know what I mean. Maybe other countries do too. But yeah, with the cakes on the table and the drinks, it just seemed very family orientated. So now we're moving on to the office area. I mean, it's kind of an office, kind of not, because my the mum sim, she is my actual legacy sim from, like, I've played all of her generations of her great grandparents and all, so I mainly focus on her, and she wants to be a singer and a performer as myself, as I do. And I wanted her to have like a little studio area that she could film in and record and practice her songs. So I wanted to have a little space where she could do that, which was away from all the hustle and bustle of her children, but not too far away, of course. So I added in this desk from Get Famous and these drones, which they record what she's doing. So I added in some stage lights as well because I studied theatre design and production in university, and I wanted to add in some stage lights because I actually know what they're called, which is a first for me to remember something. So yeah, I added in some Fresnel lights with barn doors. So those are what those lights are called in her little office. The barn doors can block off the lighting, so it narrows it down. So you can curve the barn doors inwards, and then it narrows the light to one section that you want to be highlighted on stage. Anyway, my rant over about stage lighting. I'm not that up with all of the lighting stuff because my what's the word? I really can't think today, guys. My main focus was stage management, not lighting, but I do know a couple of things. So now we're moving on to the upstairs and we're working on the parents' bedroom. As I said, the baby is yet to be born in my actual family. So I added in a crib, like a little baby cot for now. But when they do eventually move here, I don't know if it's a girl or boy, they will probably be an infant, so yes. So now we're moving on to the parents' bathroom. My usual bathrooms, there's not really much to say about them, they all look the same, but I just like them. I love the bathroom clutter kit so much. And I still can't get over that Sims actually shared my bathroom on their account on Instagram. I'm still overly fangirling about that to myself. So now we're moving on to the twin daughters' bedrooms. The twin daughters are called Ileana and Dorothy. I did not name them, and Dorothy is a jokey name that I call my dad. So I changed her name to Dottie because it just was too funny not to. Why I do that, I don't know. So I'm sure I'd be really glad that I've included that in this video. So we're just working on the twins' room. I wanted to add in some clutter, as always. I wanted it to feel very lived in, even though they're yet to move here, but when they do, it will feel very homely for them. They love pink and purple, so that is what I included in this room. Lots of toys and just making it feel really cozy for them. I love these little baskets from Growing Together. I think it's really cute. So I downsized one of them so it makes it look more realistic, in my opinion. And these little, are they turtles? I'm gonna say they're turtles. Those little teddies underneath their bedside tables. So cute. Love them. I think they're from Nifty Knitting. Yeah. So I'm just adding more clutter, some board games, some books, and some fairy lights to make it more cozy for them. And I always forget to add in above lights, but I actually remembered today. I do end up adding some artwork off the gallery, which you'll see in the screenshots as well. And again, if I find their gallery ID, I shall include that. So now we're moving on to the next bathroom, and again, shocker, it looks pretty much the same. So there's not much to say about my bathrooms. I just wanted to make it feel more homely and as if the girls used this bathroom. So I added in some void critter stuff and yeah, just making it feel a bit more child-esque, slightly. And of course that adorable potty from Growing Together. So now we're moving on to the grandmother's room. So I didn't know what to fill the space with initially. I wasn't going to have her live here, but then I thought, well, you know, I don't want her living on her own, and she's got 4 daughters and the other ones have a lot of children, so at least we have some space in this house. So I decided to have her move in with us. So her name is Piper Huddleston, the grandmother's name. Oh, that is a very loud bike outside. But I'm not going to cut it out because I'm trying to roll with it. So yes, her name is Piper and she is an elder and she has 4 daughters, 2 of them are twins, which the mother that I'm currently playing with who lives here is also a twin who has twin daughters. And she has a little sister, the mother of this house, and she has an adopted older sister. So Piper has 4 daughters. and I thoroughly enjoy playing with their family. But now we're moving on to the third eldest. I do believe this mum is. Her twin sister's older than her, I think. I can't remember, honestly. I've been building for so long that I haven't actually played in a while, but now that I am playing a bit more on my little breaks between building, then I wanted to build their house because they do not have a house and they are having their fourth on the way, and it was too much living in the grandmother's house. So I'm just adding in some clutter in the toddler's room, who is currently an infant but will probably be a toddler by the time we move here. So yeah. Now I'm just doing the baby's room. I do not know if they're a girl or boy yet, so I wanted to make it neutral or whatever other gender they choose to be when they grow up. But currently I just wanted to make a neutral bedroom for them. So it's all very yellow and white and quite neutral and simplistic. I didn't want to add too much because I don't know their personality yet, so I kept it as basic as I could. So next up we're moving on to the exterior. This exterior, I don't know how it is narrowed down to as much as it has because it was 17 minutes of filming and I don't think I edited much out of this at all. So how it's down this much to as short as this little clip is, I do not know. Must have sped it up a lot. So I wanted them to have a big back garden because I tend not to do very big gardens and it's something that I really enjoy about other people's builds. So I decided to make the house a little bit smaller inside and a bit more usable and to have a bigger back garden for the children. So yeah. I added in this tree house, which I had to get a sim in to build it, and she took ages, so I didn't complete it. I think there's like a bell and something else left to add on there, so if your sims are handy, then definitely add that if you play with this house. But it has a fireman's pole and a slide, so that was good enough for my sims kids for now. So hopefully when they do move in, they can upgrade it further, but yeah. So I'm working on more terrain, yay. I can never draw in a straight line, I swear. My brain just doesn't function for terrain paint. I don't know what my problem is, but... So I added in some sand for the swing and the monkey bars and this little, I think it is a rug, I'm not sure what it's called in-game, from Growing Together, so yeah. I added in the little slide that you get with the new pack as well, which I think is adorable. I do believe that's a whale. I haven't looked that much depth at it, but I love the colour scheme of it and the fact that it's got 4 different swatches. I just think it's really cute. I just think it's really cute. I honestly can't talk today, guys. I need more sleep, I swear. Well, that's a definite. I spend way too much time on my speed builds. Can't help myself. Just love them so much. Once I start a build, it's just, you gotta finish it, then you go to bed. Which is probably not healthy for me, but... oh well. I just love building. It's funny because I always used to play the game, or I do CAS when I played with Sims 2, and then when I moved to Sims 3 it was all about gameplay, and Sims 4 it's been all about building. So yeah, it's funny how it's changed throughout the generations of Sims for myself. So I'm just adding in some more terrain paint and a ladder for the pool and some floaties, and I wanted to add in a little bit of a pathway to the treehouse. I just thought it looked more lived in and more usable, so yeah. I was going to add some chickens when I thought I really don't have enough space for that. So I'm adding in some more landscaping and of course my shaped shrubs, hard to say, and of course white flowers and some grasses, that's the word. I just really like them. I like this whole layout of landscaping, although I do struggle a little bit with the landscaping in bigger patches because I never know how to lay it out so it doesn't look too overly cluttered with flowers, but I like how it turned out. So I'm just working on the very front of the house, which is part of the back garden. I'm adding in these benches from toddler stuff. I think they're adorable. And I think this tent is also from toddler stuff, which I've never used outside, but it just seemed to fit in for today's build. Yeah, so I add in some play tables and some backpacks for the girls. When they come home from school, they can just go and play outside, and it just seemed really family orientated and like sunny, and it just made me feel like summer, which is really what us Brits could do with right now, because it is very cold and I cannot wait for the sun. So I am now moving on to the screenshots. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time with a community build. So thank you all for watching, and I shall see you next time. Thanks guys, bye.